Hello, YouTubers. It has been a while. Well, when I say a while, I only mean like what was it, like 3 days ago when I made my last video. So, I'm going to make a wish list for Dead Space 3, because I love fucking Dead Space, because it's fucking amazing. And yes, the F word was necessary. But anyway, enough with the girly gay voice. Let's go ahead and talk about Dead Space in general. So, I'm not gonna try and give too many spoilers away, but I'm not gonna tell you the exact ending of Dead Space 2 or anything, but generally at the end of Dead Space 2, Isaac is with Ellie. And for Dead Space 3, I hope there is co-op, because if there was a co-op campaign with 2 people, that would be fucking amazing. And yes, I know I'm using the F word to emphasize the amazing shit, but it's not my fault Dead Space is so friggin' amazing. Happy? I used the friggin' word instead of fucking. But I think everybody likes to fuck, so, moving on. So I hope in Dead Space 3 there is, co-op campaign with 2 people. I hope that the multiplayer returns and they do something a little bit with it, because it was kind of crappy and it did die out eventually in Dead Space 2. The whole leveling up thing and then getting new items for the humans was okay, but the necromorphs didn't really need that because they're overpowered to begin with. The spitters and the pack is pretty much what everybody played as, and they would horribly fuck you over as those 2 characters, which sucked. So please fix your multiplayer, guys. And I hope that there's dual wield in Dead Space 3. Because, seeing Isaac dual wielding 2 friggin' plasma cutters would be amazing, and you'd know it would. You're probably wondering, how the hell would the dual wield work? Well, if the game's in third person, if you were to pick up another gun, or I'd say you'd hold... my personal opinion, I would like to see you start out with just 1 plasma cutter, and then you'd have to buy the second one to dual wield. Or if not buy, find a random one later on in the game and then dual wield those, and then, you can do a New Game Plus and still have all your items, or you can buy it from the shop after you do New Game Plus. What I would really like to see with them doing that dual wield thing, instead of, putting you into first person mode magically, or just changing the camera, I think that it would be pretty cool is if they just kind of zoom, like, in a third-person shooter game, if you're dual-wielding something, they don't put you into first-person usually. Usually they would put a reticle on the screen, and you'd shoot wherever the reticle is at, wherever the enemy is at. Personally, I think that with dual wielding, I think it should be the 2 top triggers, obviously, which is the 2 back ones, the ones that you usually would use for dual wielding in a game that allows you to dual wield. Usually the left one is to throw a grenade, but there are no grenades, technically speaking, in Dead Space. There is the detonator gun, but I actually like that gun, by the way. Not a lot of people like the detonator gun. I liked it because you could trap enemies with it and they just fucking cut into pieces. It was hilarious. It was such a bootleg gun. But I hope that they're, with that dual wielding thing, that they just kind of, they zoom in a little bit on the screen and they put a reticle in the middle of the screen and that's where you aim. Now, what I was about to say, though, I hope that with the left one, your plasma cutter is turned to the... No, I hope with the right one, that your plasma cutter is turned. You know how, like, it usually sets up like a pistol, or you can turn it to, shoot their legs off. Or you turn it again to shoot their arms off when they're crawling on the ground. I hope that they... or when they're standing, actually, too. I hope that the one on the right is turned and the one on the left isn't turned. So you could just fire the right one to shoot in their legs, and you'd fire the left one to shoot at their arms. Or you can just go Rambo and fucking shoot the hell out of it. And I'm pretty sure it'd eventually die. Because you actually don't have to shoot a necromorph's limbs off to kill it, even though it is way easier. You can shoot the hell out of its body, and eventually it does die. They do take damage points. They're just obviously hidden because this game is not a fucking RPG. I am talking really fast. I apologize. I just had a Dr. Pepper and a milkshake. So, yeah. Moving on, though. Multiplayer, dual-wielding. Not only dual-wielding plasma cutters, but any small weapon in general. Like, dual-wielding 2 Rippers would sound kind of stupid, but you know it would be kind of cool if you could fucking dual-wield 2 Rippers. It'd be amazing. Just fucking use dual. Yeah, it's like Lollipop, just paying homage to Lollipop Chainsaw. Just dual 2 fucking Ripper guns and just rape shit with them. What else could you possibly dual wield in Dead Space? I don't know. They probably make like another gun that you could dual wield in the game. But along with that, I hope that they finally end the game with the 3rd one, because if they keep making more Dead Spaces, it kind of get annoying unless they're side stories, which would be fine. Isaac's story eventually, though, will have to end. He is not, sadly, he is not Master Chief and will not be getting a Dead Space 4. If he does get a Dead Space 4, then I don't know why, I don't know why they would. When I say Dead Space 4, I mean Halo 4, because, he's not like Master Chief. He's not going to have another company working on them and then making more games. But I also hope that pretty much all the guns from Dead Space 1 and 2 return in Dead Space 3. I just hope that I hope that you can get 2 different pulse rifles. I hope that you can get 2 different versions of those, because the one that spins around and fires bullets was helpful as hell in Dead Space 1 when you got crowded, and in Dead Space 2 it also is good for crowd control, but you have to be kind of further away because it is the grenade launcher. What most people don't realize is the contact beam is actually amazingly useful. What you do is you upgrade it decently. You don't actually have to upgrade it, but when you don't upgrade it, it usually just sends enemies flying in the air with the alt fire, and then when they're laying on the ground, you would, charge up the contact beam and then fire at least 1 or 2 of the enemies, because it would take them a couple seconds to get back up. If you really want to get a 3rd enemy in, you'd have to probably upgrade the contact beam's charge in Dead Space 2. I hope that the Force Gun has that alt fire in Dead Space 2 is fucking amazing for that Force Gun, man. It is like Optimus Prime's fucking cannon, man. It just goes BOW! Oh, that was great. And I know that was really loud. I apologize, but man, you just love that Force Gun when you finally figured out that the alternate fire wasn't a stupid-ass little bomb like the fucking line gun. The line gun, when you upgrade it all the way and the bomb is kind of, faster at exploding, it's good, but I only like it when the width of the beam is longer. So yeah, enough talking about guns, though. Back to Dead Space 3 that is eventually coming out. I hope they give you more suits. And when I say this, I don't mean recolored fucking suits that do different things. I mean, give us more than 4 suits. I can't put more emphasis on that. Like, Dead Space 1 had the Mark 1 suit, the Mark 2 suit, the Mark 3 suit, the Mark 3 suit, the Mark 4, the Mark 5. I think there was a hidden Mark 6, which was a DLC suit, but it was just called something else. And then, there was the Marine suit. I think it was one of the Valor Marine suits. And then there was a Scorpion, so there was all this other good stuff that they just didn't put in Dead Space 2 that was in Dead Space 1. So, I mean, Dead Space 1 also, to me, was scarier than Dead Space 2. Dead Space 2, however, did get more scarier when you went back on the Ishimura, because they surprised you with, those of you who played it, surprised you with those 2 big motherfuckers in the ship. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you know Vash, he calls them Randy. But anyway, I actually call them Randy too. I find it hilarious when I do that. I'm like, oh, look, it's Randy! But anyway, homage to Vash, man. You really should subscribe to him if you don't know who he is. He's a funny, he's just a hilarious walkthrough, man. I know I'm promoting other channels in this video. I apologize. But, seriously, just check him out. And, again, for Dead Space 3, I hope they change the multiplayer up. I hope they give dual wielding in the co-op. It would, it would only make sense to add in co-op. Like, where the fuck is Ellie at, then, if they don't add co-op? Like, where the fuck is she at? I just go, oh, I don't like you anymore, even though we did all this shit in Dead Space 1. It'd be kind of cool, though, also, to see Ellie with, like, a robotic kind of cyborgish eye. It'd be kind of cool to me, I don't know. But, the first player plays as Isaac, and the second player would play as Ellie, or, I'm running out of time here, or, if there was two separate stories. If Isaac had a story and Ellie had a side story once you beat the game with Isaac, where Ellie was doing things to help out Isaac throughout the game. I know this has been a pretty long wish list, and I went off topic at least only twice, though. But I was mainly talking about the guns. I will talk to you guys later. This is my wish list for Dead Space 3. I will do probably more wish lists for games that I really enjoy. Actually, I'll probably be doing a Halo 4 one very soon. So until then, guys, I will see you later.